Okay, so let's talk about social anxiety. We're going to talk about social anxiety from a few different points of view. We're going to talk about it if you've got it yourself, what you can do about it, how it starts, how it develops, and also what you can do if you know someone who has social anxiety. What social anxiety is where you are anxious around social situations. It's as simple as that in terms of its definition. But in terms of how it works, it's a little bit more complicated. You might know people who have social anxiety that are actually out at parties. They're just uncomfortable in that situation. And that's good. That's when someone is managing a social anxiety. But social anxiety can grip a person by shrinking their comfort zone. And over time, what happens is that person, say they go to the party and they feel a little bit too uncomfortable at that party. And the next time the party invite comes up, you sit on it, you wait until just before the party and you send that text out and you're like, I'm not coming tonight, got something else on, something to come up, whatever. And you don't go. And sometimes you need that, and that's cool. But if we continue to do that, what happens is the party then goes up in terms of difficulty level, and what we're comfortable in doing comes down. So the next thing you know, you pick up your phone and there's 72 group texts on there, and you look at it and you think, oh, I can't reply to all that. I can't even keep up with all of that. So you don't. And maybe you mute the group chat. Maybe next time the invite to the party comes, you say no straight away. Maybe after the group chat's muted, you then stop replying to text messages. And once you've got too many text messages, you look at the phone and there's all those red dots on there, or even sometimes worse, there's 0 red dots on there. And we feel isolated because you said no and you're not responding, people stop reaching out. This is how social anxiety can lead to isolation. And then we can get to a position where going to that party is way outside of that comfort zone, so far on the horizon, you're never going to do it again. And what do? Well, you take it one step at a time. You reply to that one text and then take a breather. You reply to the group chat. You maybe put a message in the group chat saying, look, sorry, I've been out for a little while, guys. Here's why. We open up. We tell people that we're struggling, that we've actually found social situations a little bit overwhelming recently. And that begins to give us the permission to get back in there. Rather than getting back in there, hiding the fact that we're concerned, that we're anxious, that we're worried, we get back in there with people knowing that. And hopefully that leads to your friends being a little bit more understanding, a little bit more compassionate, a little bit more encouraging. The thing is, if we let that comfort zone shrink forever, we end up with all of these things that we can't do. And I'm not saying that everyone has to be constantly out at a party testing the limits of that comfort zone all the time. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to? So we take that next step. Now the thing is, this thing's like a muscle. If we work it too hard, it snaps, right? So if you really just push against it, resist, go out and just really try and work through it, plow through it 100% of the time, you're going to be exhausted. It's not about that. It's about taking a little bit of time, going, realizing that you're uncomfortable and realizing, yeah, okay, it gets better after a little while, but then going back and recharging in the comfort of your own home. Then having that time to yourself to recuperate, not saying yes to absolutely everything, but not saying no to everything too. And little by little, you can get back to that social status that you want. Now, if you are someone that is a friend of someone with social anxiety, how can you help? Well, you can help by understanding that actually being there in these situations is hard for that person. So you want to actually be compassionate about that and understanding about that without just constantly drawing attention to it. If you ask the person, are you all right, like 1,000 times, then they're probably going to feel more uncomfortable. But just checking in every now and then and saying, invite that person out for a coffee, one-to-one. Invite that person to have a chat, one-to-one. Or maybe then say, right, let's go to something smaller. Step by step, thinking of how you would progress in any other skill. Being social is a skill. It's a talent. It's something that you can develop. It's something that you can, neglect as well. So actually encouraging that person to step by step, take a little bit more and be in there, helping them into those conversations, not running conversations for them, but helping them into conversations. So I hope you found this guide useful. This was specifically about social anxiety. There's going to be other videos around different types of anxiety in general, depression, all sorts of mental health. If you want to catch all of those, just hit that subscribe button below.